special look at some of the Europeans to have made their mark. With 4 wins from 4 games, France have dominated proceedings in Group E. Nicolas Batum, Evan Fournier, and coach Vance.
Different teams, they always was successful. He knows the game. He knows the game, like he loves the game also. So that's great to be in practice. Every detail counts and matters.
While Batum is full of praise for the abilities of Cole, the qualities the 3 NBA stars are bringing are obvious.
He's a different player, you know, like there's not a lot of guys like him right now in the league.
It's not just France who will be bringing back some Brooklyn Nets center to improve that ahead of the next qualification round. The Russians take on Belgium in their opening game before the group's game of the window against France. Bosnia go into the window tied with Russia, having won 2 and lost 2 of their 4 games so far. While Belgium have it all to do if they're to make it through to the next round of qualifying. One of the biggest surprises we've seen so far in qualifying has been the struggles of Croatia.
It's a minor disaster here for Croatia.
They know they need to up their game in window 3, so there's no better time for them to welcome back some of their biggest stars.
We started bad, but I hope, you know, like
he just improve every single year.
15 points per game in last year's Eurobasket, while Bojan Bog. Third place Korea travelled to China on June 28th and then Hong Kong. It's still all to play for in Group A will play win.
Spain have their Eurobasket payback here en route to the World Cup in China in 2019.
That win helped them on their way to a 4-0 record from their games so far. And with some of the team's established stars missing from those encounters, there has been a lot of praise for the man who leads the team, head coach Sergio Scariolo.
He's a coach with a lot of experience. In the tough games, he always knows how to get ready for those kind of games, and that's what you need in the national team.
I think he knows all the players really good. He also talks to you and like what he needs from you, and I think that's part of the excellent job and the success we had all this last years.
Won the game! They have done the job on Slovenia!
That loss was described by head coach Radovan Trifunovic as a slap in the face, and he will be hoping that the return to the squad of some of the country's Eurobasket winners will get them back on track. The Slovenians face Montenegro in their...
It's always fun. You know, you want to go against the best, you want to see where you're at.
You know, he's really grown in a lot of areas in my mind in the last two years. You know, on the defensive end, he's not really known as a defender, but has really picked up the details of playing winning defense.
That comes after Montenegro take on Belarus in their first game, while Spain welcome the Belarusians in their second game of the window. Both Montenegro and Belarus know wins are vital if they are to make it to the next qualifying round. Pau Gasol's impact on world basketball has been huge, but he's brought more to the sport than just the numbers. Spain went into the 2006 World Championships having been dumped out of the last tournament in the quarter-finals by Germany in 2002. But Gasol was vital in changing the fortunes of Spain this time around. Averaging over 21 points and more than 9 rebounds a game, he was crowned MVP as he led his country to their first world title. Gasol achieved another standout World Cup in 2014, leading the tournament in scoring with 140 points.
What a move. Well, he can do everything, Pau Gasol.
It looks set to be his last major tournament in China, and he'll be hoping for one more standout event to add to his legacy.
I mean, he's one of the greatest players.
Pau was always the first guy, and he always opened everything for us, but, you know, he's great.
He's a really good person, and he helps, like, the kids with UNICEF and all this stuff. It's just kind of like the person you want to be.
In Group H, Greece travelled to Tel Aviv to face Israel, aiming for 5 consecutive wins in the group.
Oh, upstairs! Goes to the top floor and throws it into the combo.
The Greeks have looked impressive so far in qualifying, handing their opponents a comprehensive 82-61 defeat when they last met in November.
Nice pass. Oh, watch out. Oh!
Elsewhere, it's the last chance saloon for fourth-placed Great Britain, who must win when they take on Estonia in Glasgow on June 29th. Despite showing moments of genuine class...
Good transition here. Ball does not touch the floor, and Hansen just dunks it.
The Brits have failed to maintain a lead for a full 40 minutes.
After now, deep three. Oh, my Lord! Hits the big three!
Greece are on the road again for their second game of Window 3. They travel to Tallinn to face Estonia, while GB have a second home game of the window. They welcome Israel. Still to come, we see what's in store for Germany and Lithuania in Window 3. Dirk Nowitzki comes under the spotlight as we continue our look at European legends. And we'll look ahead to the qualifiers across the Americas. There is a huge game in Group G as two big basketball nations collide, as Eurobasket runners-up Serbia lock horns with undefeated Germany.
The German juggernaut continues to plough through all in its path in World Cup qualifying, up to 4-0 now.
Serbia welcome back a big name and a big on-court presence for the game, Boban Marjanovic.
Matchman inside. Oh!
Back on court for his national team.
This is like the biggest competition, and everybody wants to be part of it.
Slovenia are on top of the Eurobasket world, folks. They are now going to be the best team in European basketball for the first time in their history.
We have great experience there, and it was like nice to be part of national team, nice to be like part of the one of the championship what we make, like maybe not first one, but we get second place, and I'm happy because like I'm part of this, and I'm like I was on the court and do all that stuff.
Germany came away with the win when the two teams met in Frankfurt in February, pulling off an impressive 79-74 victory.
Well, Germany won it this time, but who knows what's going to happen the next time these two teams meet.
Germany have also bolstered their squad with NBA talent as Dennis Schroeder enters the fray. The Atlanta Hawks point guard was a driving force behind the Germans' run to the Eurobasket quarterfinals. He led the team in points and assists in last year's tournament.
Schroeder attacking. Nice layup. Dennis Schroeder.
Tough move.
First up for Germany, though, will be neighbours Austria. The Austrians are yet to record a win in the group, but can call upon the expertise of NBA centre Jakob Poeltl. Georgia have the difficult task of taking on Serbia in the group's opening fixture of the window before hosting Austria in Tbilisi on July 2nd. And then it's off to Novi Sad for the mouth-watering tie between Serbia and Germany.
Who don't know who's Dirk Nowitzki, you know?
Well, his career has gone a long way toward redefining how our game is played.
He's like one of the best
on international basketball since his debut in 1997, but his crowning glory came in the 2002 World Cup. He helped his side to a bronze medal, scoring 29 points in the third-place playoff against New Zealand to seal Germany's first podium finish in a World Cup. Netting an average of 24 points per game, he also became the tournament MVP.
When you say Dirk Nowitzki, you say like any other big names in this world, coming even in different like sports.
Nobody works like him. Nobody works like him on his game, on his body, and he loves to compete.
In the court, I mean, he's amazing.
His career has been nothing short of historic.
In the Americas, competition is heating up as Canada welcome a horde of NBA players to their team for their Crunch Group D matchup against the undefeated Dominican Republic.
It means a lot. Being able to represent your country, it's huge. Represent everyone back home, the guys that made the team, guys that tried out, guys before you. Just trying to keep the legacy, and then you know Steve and those guys passed the torch to us. So it's up to us to push it forward and help enhance Canadian basketball.
feel like we have a lot of talent, you know, as you know, people see around the league. If we could get everybody out there to play, you know, we should do well.
The USA will be aiming to stretch their unbeaten streak to 5 as they hit the road against Mexico and Cuba in Group C.
Look out! Takes off in the runway.
Second place Puerto Rico have 2 fixtures at home against Cuba and Mexico.
Puerto Rico, you know, it's where I learned everything. So it's important to me to represent my country and put that jersey on every summer and try to do our best.
In Group B, Brazil, who have also recorded 4 consecutive wins, have 2 games away from home as they go up against Venezuela and Colombia. And the battle for supremacy in Group A will be decided as Uruguay and Argentina go head-to-head.
Moneda puts up a 3. Oh, that was huge.
Both teams are level on 3 wins and 1 defeat, so neither side will be backing down in Montevideo.
What a play that is. The alley-oop pass to Esteban Batista. Great win. The party's on for the Uruguayans.
Even though no team has scored more buckets than Lithuania in the European qualifiers.
Oh, it's beautiful. Valdis Kairis.
Danis Adomaitis still felt the need to strengthen his side with NBA powerhouses Jonas Valanciunas and Domantas Sabonis. Having missed out on last year's Eurobasket through injury, Sabonis is eager to once again put on the green jersey.
My plan is this summer to play in the window in June or July, I think it is, and just see if I can go and help out the team get the wins. The most important thing is qualifying for the World Cup.
Toronto Raptors-centred Valanciunas was one of the standout performers for Lithuania at the 2017 Eurobasket.
Voigtman rolling hard. Valanciunas punched it away. Valanciunas has been sensational today.
And his inclusion in the side will be cause for concern for their opponents. The Baltic Giants have 2 away games. First up, they play second-place Poland in Gdansk, before making the trip to Budapest to take on Hungary. In the previous encounter in February, Hungary came close to causing an upset in Klaipėda.
And back to Ruriak, 4-3, yes! Right at the buzzer.
But ultimately came up short. And in their reverse fixture against Poland in November, Lithuania picked up a comfortable 20-point victory.
Every time you see Lithuania over the years, you think, what a really good team unit they are. They play so well together.
Both Poland and Hungary are 2-2 in Group C. A win over the group leaders would cement their places in the second phase of qualifying. With 0 wins in 4 games, Kosovo will be hoping for their first notches in the win column, as they host Hungary on June 28th and Poland on July 1st. With all 4 teams capable of making it to the second phase of qualification, it's still all to play for in Group B. Turkey continue their campaign by welcoming group leaders Ukraine to Ankara. In the previous contest in Kiev, Turkey picked up an impressive away win.
Banker, oh my, from downtown. Turkey have takeoff here in the 4th.
Of course, like I've been following the national team in the last qualifications game, and I hope like that we're gonna win those last 2 games and go with the second round with the better goals and better scores.
Although Latvia suffered a humbling defeat at home to Ukraine in February,
Kravtsov, throws the hammer down. What a commanding win for Ukraine, my goodness me.
They will be boosted by the return of brothers they have already picked up solid wins against. It will be far from pushovers when they take on Latvia in Stockholm on June 28th and Turkey in Ankara on July 1st. 24 games take place in Africa, with Tunisia playing host to Guinea, Chad and Cameroon in Group A. Tunisia are the reigning Afro-Basket champions.
Lovely no-look pass. Oh, thrown down by Lahiani. Best play of the game so far.
And Tunisian NBA star Salah Mejri has been a keen observer throughout the qualification process.
We won the first 3 games, and now we have 3 more games in Tunisia. I hope we're going to make the World Championship, and then the World Championship will have to focus and get the best result out of the other 5 African nations.
Last year's AfroBasket runners-up Nigeria will be aiming to stretch their 3-from-3 run.
Look at him. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
As they take on Uganda in their opening game of the third window in Group B. Uganda, Mali, Rwanda have identical 1 and 2 records and will be looking to pick up vital wins to move on to the second round of qualification. Angola have been flying high in Group C.
And that might be it. That is huge for Angola.
Boasting a 3-0 record, the Angolans reopened their account on June 29th against third-place Morocco. And in Group D, only 1 point separates first-place Senegal with bottom side Côte d'Ivoire. The big news in Group F is that Chicago Bulls star Lauri Markkanen could feature for Finland. He's set to play against the Czech Republic and Iceland this window after flourishing at last year's Eurobasket.
It's Markkanen! Throws it down one-handed.
It's a major boost to a Finland side that are 2-2 in the group. He will be joined by another star that thrived at the 2017 Eurobasket, point guard Sasu Salin.
It's into Salin's hands, and Sasu Salin responds.
After winning 3 of their 4 fixtures, Czech Republic are in pole position to top the group.
They try the alley-oop. Oh my Lord, are you serious?
They picked up an impressive 64-56 triumph over Finland in Helsinki back in November.
Oh, what a dunk from Chris. Outstanding work.
And the Czechs have the luxury of 2 home games ahead as they welcome the Finns first before taking on Bulgaria. The Bulgarians, who are 1-3 and bottom of the group, need a win over third-place Iceland if they have any hopes of progressing to the second round of qualification. So that's it for our look ahead to the final games in round 1 of the qualifiers. Soon we'll find out who will be dropping out and who will be continuing on their road to China.